Hey guys, ECRG here, back with another episode. Today's topic is about sites that are selected into a clinical research study against CRA's recommendations. We're going to talk about why this happened, why might this be a bad thing, and all the things about that. So before we go into that, I just want to let you guys know about the resume review program that is still going on. We've got a lot of new listeners that have subscribed to the YouTube channel and have just found out about the podcast, and you guys have been emailing me, so keep that up. But for those of you that are new, or for those of you that have been following for a while, the resume review program is a program where you send me your resume. I go through it line by line. We have a bunch of different options. You can do just plain old comments. You can have a screen share, much like this, where I go through your resume line by line and give it the attention it deserves to improve your chances of getting into the clinical research industry, and letting you know what needs to change about your resume to improve your chances of getting in the clinical research industry. So if you're interested, email me eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com for more information on that. So let's go ahead and get into site selection. So site selection is a period of time early on in the study where, a CRA, usually a senior CRA, sometimes they'll call them a SWAT CRA, they'll go out there and do a specific visit. So they have SWAT CRAs for SIVs, they have it for selection visits, and they'll have them for closeout visits too, typically. It's really a CRO type thing. I don't really see this too much on the pharmaceutical, on the sponsor side. But anyway, they'll send a CRA out there to assess the site's ability to perform that protocol up to a good standard. They want good quality, so they send out a CRA to see if they are selected. So the CRA will meet with the PI. They'll meet with whoever the site wants them to meet with, usually a PI and the study coordinators and some of the other site staff if they're available, pharmacists, etc. And they'll send them out there. There's usually a slide selection that the CRA has. There's usually a few slides they'll go over, which will basically tell like the full gist of the protocol. They'll have some images there and what is going to be required for the site to do it. So that's the first part of a selection visit. And the second part of the selection visit is when the CRA is going to be, given a tour of the site. The site's going to let the CRA know its capabilities, going to show them the equipment that are needed for the protocol, maybe a centrifuge, definitely a temperature monitoring system, things of that nature, a freezer or a fridge if that's going to be used, where the drug is going to be kept, that type of thing. And the CRA is going to go around the facility. They're going to talk with the staff and kind of get a feel for if the staff and site are able to handle that protocol. Well, a lot of times CROs have worked with sites before, so they kind of know their capabilities already. So they could even be waived. The selection visit could be waived or done over the phone if that's the case. And they have different requirements for that. But for the one that CRA is conducting this on site, they're getting the best feel for if the site is able to conduct that protocol. And a lot of times, well, I'm not even going to say a lot of times, most times sites are selected. But occasionally, the CRA will recommend that the sponsor not accept that site. And that's a good thing, because if the CRA recommends that they cannot accept that site, that means there's going to be issues later on during regular monitoring. So that site is likely to have a ton of protocol deviations. They're likely to submit SAEs late. They're likely to just have a whole bunch of things that are wrong with that site. The data is going to be bad, poor quality. So there's always a reason why a CRA is not going to select a site as a good participant for the research study. And sometimes these type of sites get through. One particular case can be where if the sponsor is very, very desperate to enroll subjects, the site is convinced the sponsor that they're able to enroll a number of subjects. And even though the data might be low quality, the sponsor does need a certain number of subjects. So that's one reason why a site may be able to get selected even after they've not been selected by a CRA. Sometimes multiple selection visits, one CRA won't pass the site, but because every CRA is different and focuses on different things, another CRA might end up passing them. And like I said before, it could be later on in the study when things are, when more subjects are needed, or for whatever reason, and there might be more pressure to accept that site. So sites sometimes are selected when they should not be, or where they were rejected before. And a lot of times that I've noticed in my experience is there's going to be punishment for that. There's going to be a price to pay for that, and that's going to be spending a lot of money and time on CRAs correcting issues at the site. I'm going to be demanding a lot of time, fixing those issues, and possibly going out there for multiple trips, multiple monitoring visits to fix those issues at that site. So just want to let you guys know that does happen. And to think about it, there's always a reason why a CRA does not select a site. And usually it means that there's going to be low quality data, many protocol deviations, and a lot of headache later on if they're rejected and then accepted without fixing the issues that the CRA addressed. I should put that caveat in there too. They don't fix and address those issues. So just want to let you guys know about this. I've had this happen multiple times in my experience, and maybe you guys have had too. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think about sites being accepted even though they were previously rejected. So once again, guys, if you have any questions, email me eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com. If you're interested in interview preparation, resume review, or LinkedIn review, you can email me eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com. Take care, guys.